nobody ever expected what happened a few hours ago. Nobody can ever imagine it. Nobody can fathom it. You know, since when the matter of Nnamdi Kanu have been arising, a lot of people, since when they arrested Nnamdi Kanu and put him in DSS detention for many years, many African leaders never come out. They did not come out to say anything as regards it. In fact, they did not come out to even tell Tinubu or even Buhari as I then that he should let him go. A lot of them did not say anything as regards it. But come and see what transpired a few years ago. After the video that the leading lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu actually made as regards all the controversy that warrant the life sentence of Nnamdi Kanu, and he put it out there for the world to see. After the video, Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso have finally burst out. This man have finally speak up and he said it all in the very video. He said enough of him pretending as if he's not seeing everything that is happening to Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria. Come and hear what this man said. He said action needs to be taken with immediate effect. I will play the full video. You will see everything the way it goes. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just wait to share, because an end is already coming to this persecution of Nnamdi Kanu as far as his case is concerned. Share the video, share to different groups, share to different people. Let a lot of people get to know what's actually going on as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. If you're a true lover of Nnamdi Kanu, drop a love emoji for him at the comment section on the video. And if you can share the video, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great wonderful viewers, welcome me back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, just want to click the red subscription button appearing in the video screen. At the same time, ensure you click the notification bell icon on the north side so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, you will be the first person that YouTube will easily notify. The matter of Nnamdi Kanu is becoming more interesting and is getting into another level. You know, for the past few days that they have actually sentenced Nnamdi Kanu on life imprisonment, a lot of people have been visiting this man. A lot of people within Nigeria, a lot of people in the diaspora and different regions of Africa, they've been visiting him in Sokoto prison. In fact, Sowore came out and making it to the general public that Sokoto prison have turned to the new Mecca where people actually go to visit Nnamdi Kanu. He said Sokoto prison have turned to the new Jerusalem where a lot of people visit Nnamdi Kanu. You can see what's actually going on. Now, Ibrahim Traore actually came out some time ago as regards the matter of Nnamdi Kanu. He said something as regards trying to visit Nnamdi Kanu, all of that. But a lot of people were saying that if Ibrahim Traore should actually come to Nigeria, that Tinubu will actually hold him down, or a lot of things will actually happen, that they will not even allow him to go and all of that. Since Tinubu, that appears to be the ECOWAS chairman, have actually sanctioned Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso before that, the same Ibrahim Traore cannot come to Nigeria to come and visit someone and they will not hold him down, all of that. But some people actually kick against it. They say if Ibrahim Traore should come, nothing will happen. That will come to Nigeria and go scot-free. Nothing will happen. Now, come and see what really transpired. Ibrahim Traore finally visited Nnamdi Kanu. You will hear this for yourself in this very video. You will see things the way it goes. This man said he can never do like as if he's not seeing anything that is ongoing with Nnamdi Kanu. That I can't continue to pretend again as if he's not seeing what is actually going on. Now, I will play the full video for you to see things the way it goes. So if you can share the video, just wait to share it. Stay connected to the end of the video. Share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Let a lot of people get to know what's going on as far as Nnamdi Kanu matter is concerned. If you can share it, just like the video. Like it, give it a thumb up. Let a lot of people get to see what's really happening with this man, you know. First of all, I will let you to see the video that ALOT, the leading lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu, actually released. And a lot of people have been saying that it was a video that ALOT released as regards the secret he exposed about everything that actually be going on with Nnamdi Kanu right from onset since many years, more than 20 years, what they have been cooking against him that they actually trying to finally perpetrate and make to come to pass. They said everything that ALOT actually said in the video was what actually driving Ibrahim Traore to actually come to conclusion that he needs to visit Nnamdi Kanu and all of that, and action need to be taken with immediate effect for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, listen to what ALOT, the leading lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu, actually put out to the world to see, and the secret he exposed about the agenda against Nnamdi Kanu. And during the video, you will see the visitation of this prominent man in Sokoto prison, how they visited Nnamdi Kanu and what Nnamdi Kanu told them. You will hear everything, and you hear from Ibrahim Traore as well. Just stay connected. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it. Stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Ibrahim Traore sends a strong message to the Nigerian government. Traore said freeing Kanu would show Nigeria's strength and Africa's ability to solve its own problems through peace and understanding.
That patriotism is silence, that loyalty means pretending not to see. But I tell you today, silence is not peace, it is surrender. When a system steals your future and calls it stability, it is not leadership, it is domination. The same fire that freed nations still burns within you. Do not let it die in silence. Every day you remain silent, someone else writes your future. I am not asking you to fight your brothers. I am asking you to fight the idea that you are powerless. The more you speak it, the less power their lies will have. Do not wait for leaders to validate you. Leadership is not in titles, it is in action. When you help a neighbor, you lead. When you teach a child to think freely, you lead.
So I say to all of you in this room and all who are watching by television, we need to pray for our brother and his family. Leave that brother alone.
The man, Nnamdi Kanu, is well known. He's everywhere. He's on Wikipedia. He's an internationally acclaimed freedom fighter. But there's just a few things I need to tell you about him. What brought him to limelight was the formation of the indigenous people of Biafra in the United Kingdom in 2012. Simultaneously, he also founded Radio Biafra. And these two organizations were aimed at one thing: liberation for the people of Biafra, or restoration of the former Republic of Biafra that went defunct in 1970. The right to self-determination is a right that is guaranteed internationally, domestically, and continentally. It's within the black letters of Nigerian law at Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The right to self-determination is guaranteed. So the formation of IPOB did not break any law. Not laws of United Kingdom, not international law, not Nigerian law. But guess what? When Nnamdi Kanu, who was born in Nigeria, but who acquired British citizenship later on, came to Nigeria in October 2015, the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, which had come to power in May, decided to arrest him. He was not arrested between 2012 and 2015 because the government of the day at that time understood that self-determination is not a crime. But the government that came into power in 2015 in May decided that self-determination is going to be treated as a criminal activity. So he was arrested in Lagos. He was charged for treason, also for insulting the president and illegal importation of radio equipment. 3 charges. The treason one, they split it into 2, treason by himself and treason by conspiracy. This thing went on from 2015 until April 2017, when he was eventually granted bail. So he was detained for nearly 18 months. After granting him bail, he returned to his ancestral home in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and he was enjoying his bail when suddenly, between 10 September and 14 September 2017, the Nigerian army, without any justification whatsoever, levied lethal, massive military operations against Nnamdi Kanu's ancestral home. That day, he was sitting at home with with so many people, his family members, including his 2 elderly parents. The attack was lightning, it was a bleakerish, it was massive, and it was not the type of an attack you will expect a national military force to levy on a civilian location. But they did. At the end of the day, 28 people lost their lives. Nnamdi Kanu sustained injuries. His parents sustained injuries as well, but somehow, by the grace of God, they all managed to escape. From there, the rest is history. And because there was a national and international manhunt for him by the security forces, which rules of engagement was to shoot, not to maim. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, if you encounter him anywhere, shoot not to maim. Not to maim, but shoot to kill. That's what they went there to do on 10 September, but they didn't succeed. But it went on. They went on in a manhunt. So Nnamdi Kanu was forced to flee the municipal boundaries of Nigeria in search of safe haven overseas. Eventually, in May 2021, he settled in Kenya. He entered Nairobi and settled in Kenya somewhere. He never knew that Nigerian security forces, the international branch of it, were laying in wait for him. They led an ambush for him. So on 19th June 2021, he drove himself to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on a personal errand. As soon as he drove into the parking lot and alighted from his vehicle, several well-armed security men suspected to be of a mixture of Nigerian and Kenyan security forces swooped on him, grabbed him, abducted him, and put him forcibly in a vehicle and drove away. Well, they didn't take him to the police station. They didn't take him to immigration because he was a foreigner. He should have been taken to immigration. They didn't take him to any official law enforcement facility. They took him to a secret location in Nairobi, a non-official secret location. So in effect, they disappeared him. And they kept him at that secret location for a whole 8 days. And those 8 days he endured horrendous torture. All these are matters of record between the various tribunals and courts before whom this matter has been brought. I cannot begin to give you all the details. Horrendous torture in violation of basic human rights, in violation of the laws of Kenya, Nigeria, and the international community. When Nnamdi Kanu was abducted on 19th June 2021, the proper thing that should have been done is to take him to a police station, from there to a court. And then if you wanted him back in Nigeria, you subject him to what is called extradition proceedings. This is a basic tenet of the law that you see in the laws of any nation. Kenya has an extradition act to which Nnamdi Kanu should have been subjected. But guess what? They didn't do that. They rather disappeared him for 8 days, tortured him to their heart's content. And on 27th June, they secretly brought him out from this location and took him through the back doors, evading Kenyan immigration, direct to the tarmac of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi, where a private plane was waiting. They bundled him into the plane, chained him to the chair, and everything. He endured 5-6 hours flight from Nairobi to Kenya in the most excruciating circumstances. They arrived in Nigeria late in the evening and the plane flew back to Nairobi. They took him to the headquarters of the National Intelligence Agency in Abuja, where he spent the first night with all the lights left on to assure his maximum discomfort. The following day, they transferred him to the headquarters of Directorate of State Security in Abuja. And on the third day, they brought him before the Federal High Court in Abuja. The Federal High Court was well aware that Nnamdi Kanu has counsel of record. It was an open case, it wasn't a new case, a pre-existing case. But the Federal High Court decided to conduct the arraignment in violation of his constitutional right to counsel before two tribunals, or a tribunal and a court. First, Article to the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, which rendered a decision in March 2018 condemning the action and calling it a violation of the African Charter. And they wrote to the President of Nigeria, they wrote a letter to the President of Nigeria requesting him or directing him. They used diplomatic language, but the decision was there that what you did is wrong, so you need to roll it back. You need to reverse everything you have done, which includes declaration of IPOB as a terrorist organization and hounding their members as criminals. The African Commission held that what Nigerian government was doing was persecution, not prosecution. But the IPOB and its members simply possess an inconvenient political opinion which the Nigerian government was seeking to suppress by means of punishment of some sort. And they asked or directed Nigerian government to reverse itself. Nigerian government never did, rather it escalated. Well, subsequently, I went to a local court, a high court in Abia State in eastern Nigeria. I sued the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Nigerian Army, and other parties who were confederates in that attack of September 2017. And in January 2022, fortunately for us, we won. The High Court made an order. The High Court reached a judgment that what happened to Nnamdi Kanu in September 2017 was a flagrant violation of his constitutional right to life and constitutional right to his privacy. And the court proceeded to make an order ordering the federal government of Nigeria, or Federal Republic of Nigeria, to pay him a compensation of 1 billion Nigerian naira, which is over $1 million US. The court also ordered the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the President of Nigeria to issue a public apology to be published in 3 national Nigerian newspapers to Nnamdi Kanu. None of this has happened. So we kept that aside. So when they brought Nnamdi Kanu forcibly from Kenya without extradition proceedings, I characterized it an act of extraordinary rendition. Initially, there was a misunderstanding, a broad, widespread misunderstanding by vast majorities of Nigerians who were mouthing the cliche, Nnamdi Kanu extradited from Kenya. No, that was wrong. He wasn't. I told people he wasn't. He was extraordinarily renditioned or rendered, and that is against international law, Kenyan law, and laws of the Federation of Nigeria. So while his criminal trial was making its way slowly at Abuja, with all the several amendments the government was bringing, they walked away from treasonable felony, insulting the president, importation of radio equipment, and bam, to terrorism. That's how it happened, and they did this 7 times, 7 amendments. If Nnamdi Kanu was guilty, why is it taking so long to bring him to trial between 2015 and today? That is 8 years. So what he's undergoing is not really a judicial trial. It's a trial by ordeal, trial by fire, imprisonment before conviction. They just want to get as many years of jail time out of him as possible, because they know that with the evidence available, conviction will be impossible. And that was made worse by the extraordinary rendition, which I took also as a civil violation to a federal high court in Nigeria. And in October 2022, the Federal High Court came down with a judgment that extraordinary rendition was a violation of his constitutional rights, his fundamental rights, and they awarded him 500 million Nigerian naira. That's about $800,000. So all around, everywhere that this matter has gone to, including in July 2022, before the Human Rights Council at the United Nations, the Human Rights Council, United Nations, came down with an opinion that what happened to Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and that brought him to Nigeria is a very grave violation of international law.
And that man said that nobody has called him, nobody has arrested him, everything is still flowing. The other guy in Niger Delta, I don't know what they call him. They used to carry gun on the camera, carry AK-47 too, and say if they come, I kill them. I was saying things like that, and he has his boys with gun training them in Nigeria, and government is saying not doing nothing about that. And the bandits came out. Nigerian government was having dialogue. What do you call that thing they were having? Negotiation, is it? With bandits. And they have paid them millions of naira. And many of them were called repentant Boko Haram. People that carry gun and kill Nigerian army. They put them in the army, and they are now the ones destroying the army. But IPOB man carried flag. They shot him and killed him, and locked some of them in prison. They're still in prison till now. Some of them died. But those who carry gun, you can't arrest them. So in prison, Nnamdi Kanu, even if you think he committed any crime, means you must make the same justice. He must go down. He must arrest all of these ones and put them in prison. Minus that happening, many Igbo reasonable people are now saying, so this is a fight against the Igbos. People don't know the dimension this thing is taking. But I advised Tinubu, President Mohammed, Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu, I advised him to look into this matter politically, knowing that eastern part of Nigeria, even some part of South, is not excluded from Nigeria. We are part of his kingdom, part of his country, under his jurisdiction. He must look this way and dialogue with these young people. He must do that. He must set up a committee that will interface with IPOB and know what their angers and what their grievances are. He must, the governors in the East must call them and find out what they're talking about. We cannot, for any reason, we can't stop ideology. We fought war a few years ago and the war is almost looming again. This is not the right thing to do. Let us stop these things by calling them. When your son is misbehaving, what do you do? Son, what is the problem? So that at least we can get a quietness around us here in the East. And so it will spread around Nigeria. Because a few days ago, Fulani headmen killed people behind our house here in Esago. Didn't you hear that? They killed people for no reason, no clash. They say farmers had a clash. No clash. Just came into their houses because they have gone and they are power hungry. They are blood mongers. So I don't know why the Nigerian nation has come to this level. Because this is not Islam. This is evil. This is terrorism. Because Dubai is Islamic country. Saudi is Islamic country. And they are in peace. Even Iran and Iraq are not fighting. So why is it so? Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, all Islam. Libya, all Islam. Even Niger Republic is safer than Nigeria. Senegal is 70% Muslim domain. Why is it like this in Nigeria? Please, may God help Nigeria at a time like this. Pray for our brother, because you can't throw away your own. The Bible says he didn't come to condemn anybody. So I don't condemn anybody. I see God in everybody. I went to see him so I can at least contribute and talk to him and see whether he can drop some things and pick some things, and so things can, because he can't kill a man's opinion permanently, but also giving a perspective that will help to stop this rancor and this emotional outburst. And we shared the word of God together and we prayed together, and I believe he was happy I came. He felt so happy that I came, so he opened up and I was able to make contributions. If all our leaders will pay visit to him and he opens up and they contribute, he will come out from that place a better Nnamdi Kanu that you know. But if they live in isolation, as a human being, the more you take a man away from men, the more he becomes anti-human being. So people should pay him visit. People should help. Governors should help and bring him out of that place. Tell the governor of Imo State, who is the leader of APC in the East, we are holding him responsible if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, because he's the one that will lead other governors to pray him, because he's the leader of APC and the most senior governor in the Eastern Nigeria, if I'm right. Yes, the most senior. He is the most senior. Governor Hope Uzodimma. Please, Hope, lead this train. Visit Nnamdi Kanu. See whether things can be turned right. All of us are paying the price of this thing. And our boys are languishing. This is not the right thing, right kind of atmosphere that business can prosper in. This at home on Monday is affecting us. Let's see what to do that our lives will be better. As for me, I'm only a bishop. I don't have any other interest than to see peace reign, and to see God's kingdom come around us here, and to see things done in a proper perspective. I believe God sent me to go and see him, and I only obeyed God. And if God sent me again, I'll go. If he doesn't send me, I'll stay. But God will help us to see a better Nigeria in a season like this. Remember, I condemn nobody, but that everyone will be saved through him. There's always a hope for salvation for even the worst criminals. I end this way. There was a young man that was involved in criminality. He killed people. He confessed he killed people. He killed more than 100 people. The guy his name is IK. My namesake. In the days of Bakassi Peninsula, Bakassi, not Peninsula, Bakassi move. They arrested, the Bakassi caught him and his gang members in Aba. And they killed 6 or 7 of his members. I don't know the number now. They have killed them already. People, when they were killing, people were watching them. Do you know Bakassi? He didn't make Bakassi. He only heard about it. Did you see Bakassi? Did you see Bakassi? I don't know I'm talking now. Now for Bakassi. You know Bakassi nebu man na nebu. Okay, you are naba. They will bring them out from their cars and cut their heads. You know how they kill? They will cut their heads and then life. They have killed either 5 or 6. So it's time to kill him now. Police came and rescued him. And he was taken to the prison. He was tried. And when he went to the court, every lawyer they brought to get him out, evidences abound.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear everything that was said in this very video. You can see that this man said when he visited Nnamdi Kanu actually accepted him. I keep wondering, a lot of people keep saying that whenever they encounter Nnamdi Kanu, the way and manner to which he accepts them, the way and manner to which he speaks with them is different from the Nnamdi Kanu that we see in court. The Nnamdi Kanu that they normally meet is different from Nnamdi Kanu that Nigeria is showing to us. The Nnamdi Kanu they said they are meeting is a kind of a meek man, is a kind of a silent man, is well reserved. Nnamdi Kanu is not this kind of a chaotic man. According to all of them that have encountered him, they send the same pain. Now they said Nnamdi Kanu happens to be a great leader, and the way and manner to which he speaks with them, he speaks with the empathy of a great leader. That's what all of them are actually saying. Now this man make it known. He said, do you know that Asari Dokubo will come out in broad daylight doing videos and holding guns and all of that, showcasing AK-47 even in videos, telling people that if they should do anyhow that he will come for them, he will gun them and all of that. That nobody ever arrested this man. And this man happens to be a militant and all of that, holding guns and all, but nobody arrested him, even for the fact that he's threatening people with guns at times on different video, on different media platforms and all. But how many people do Nnamdi Kanu show guns to? In fact, how many guns did they make to Nnamdi Kanu hand that made them to actually sentence him on life imprisonment? How many things? Now a lot of things are now happening since when they sentenced Nnamdi Kanu on life imprisonment and all of that. It have gotten a lot of international attention. It is not only in US that they actually said it. In fact, they've said the matter of Nnamdi Kanu in Canada Congress. They said it in Britain Congress, that's UK, and they said it in different places as well. But US is not going back on Nnamdi Kanu case. They said this man needs to be released. Attention needs to be focused on Nnamdi Kanu matter. Now looking at it, a lot of people are saying that Nnamdi Kanu happens to be the first person that saw all this insurgency that actually happened in Nigeria. They said Nnamdi Kanu happens to be the first person that have seen it ahead of time. that he had been doing broadcast videos as regards it, telling Nigerians about it, just like the voice of one crying out in the wilderness. That was how John the Baptist in the Bible actually addressed himself. He said, it's the voice of one crying in the wilderness. Now, Nnamdi Kanu have been the voice of one crying in wilderness or in exile or whatever you call it. Let's say Nnamdi Kanu voice have been crying in exile, telling Nigerians to prepare ahead of what the Fulani terrorists will actually bring to their doorstep. Now they arrested this man, they kicked him in jail and all of that, and at the end of it, what is said about the Fulani agenda, is it not happening now? Is everything that this man said, is it not happening? Everything is actually happening in the forefront of everyone as far as Nigeria is concerned. That's why a lot of international communities are clamoring and saying that Nnamdi Kanu needs to be released. The person that have seen it ahead of time might have the solution. He might have the solution to end all this insecurity and loss of life that is actually ongoing in Nigeria. That's why they say that this man needs to be released. He did not commit any offense. Now you will see that ALOT made that video and he sent it to the entire world. That's a video that you just finished watching. You did not watch the video very well. Date back to the video again. Listen to ALOT, the leading lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu. That was the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu that protested just for Nnamdi Kanu release, and they kicked him in cell for many days. In fact, they reminded him in correctional facility. Now that man already got in a lot of frustration and a lot of secret as regards the legal sentence of Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I felt like, let me send the entire truth, let me leak the secret out in a video, let me send it to the entire world, and the whole world is watching everything that he said as regards how Nnamdi Kanu was actually kidnapped from Kenya and the legal process that actually put him in life sentence and all of that. This man said everything, and the whole world is actually watching and listening to him. That's why more attention has been raised on Nnamdi Kanu matter now. A lot of attention have been raised on Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, Nnamdi Kanu have gained more popularity than ever before. Now, people are saying that the moment they met him in prison, he come to them, he addressed them, he speak to them nicely, irrespective of the frustration that I have encountered for the past few years in DSS detention and even in the cell, the trauma and all of that. He did not even showcase it in his face. He talked to them politely, he talked to them nicely and all of that. Now, a lot of leaders as far as Nigeria is concerned now, they've seen everything that Nnamdi Kanu have said earlier. Now, they now put in their support for him. They telling Tinubu now to let him go. In fact, international communities are mounting pressure on Tinubu. That pardon that Tinubu is actually giving to a lot of people and all of that, and you know, they will lift their criminal charges off them and all. They said Tinubu must give Nnamdi Kanu that same pardon. He needs to release Nnamdi Kanu without any condition. He should not attach any condition to the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the same Nnamdi Kanu that they carried from Abuja, where they actually sentenced him and they couldn't put him in Kuje prison because they believe that he will actually have a lot of followers in Kuje prison and a lot of the inmates will be subject to him. They will be licking his legs and he will be commanding them, and they can do prison break with that and all of that. That was why they carried him to Sokoto, meaning that they said Nnamdi Kanu will become their leader in Kuje prison. Is it that Nigeria government already see this leadership thing in Nnamdi Kanu? Is it that they already know that this man is born to rule? Is it that they already know that this man is a crown king even from childbirth? Why are they scared of him not becoming their leader in Kuje prison? They've seen it up front. That's why they carry him to Sokoto prison. But the same thing they scared of in Kuje prison, few days that Nnamdi Kanu go to Sokoto prison, it happened. It happened. Obviously telling you that these people already know that Nnamdi Kanu have potential of ruling leadership, and the same people that are actually going to visit Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison there, they said the same thing. They said the way he speaks to them, he have this leadership thing in him. Now a lot of people are not backing down. They said Nnamdi Kanu needs to be released without any condition, that Tinubu needs to give him the presidential pardon that he used to give to other people. Now drop a opinion in the comment section on this video. A lot of international attention is being drawn on Nnamdi Kanu, and the clamoring for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the mounting prayer of Tinubu now. Drop a opinion, feel free, see your man in the comment section. Do you think they will really let this man to go, or they will use to do election in 2027? Drop your opinion. As I'm gonna discuss another handle for you, share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG, watch TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See my next video and bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, he pastor. For LAJUPOG watch TV. Pastor with the back, where? Politician leader with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG was